Good morning and hello everybody. Welcome to No Man's Sky. At least it's morning for me while I'm recording this. Welcome to the ElanPaul channel and welcome to my video on a different type of no starter ship challenge. Now for those of you who play No Man's Sky or are new to No Man's Sky, you may find that it is very interesting to play certain types of challenges. You like the expeditions, you like the storyline, but then it kind of goes flat after a while and you're thinking to yourself, what new is there possibly, what kind of new thing can I possibly do here? Well, you may already be aware of something called a permadeath, no starter ship challenge, in which you have to wander around in order to try to find yourself a new ship and try to escape the planet. This challenge is different. As you can see by the title, it's called Stranded. This particular challenge was made by a particular channel, a particular game content creator called Beeblebum, as many of you are already familiar with, and we're going to go through it here. We already have another person by the name of Marty, another content creator, doing the Fugitive challenge, which is a little bit longer. This is a shorter challenge. This can take you a few hours to get done. It's good to get to do these kind of challenges when you just want to spend a few hours playing No Man's Sky. So this will be a short series of videos. This will probably be 2, maybe 3 videos long. So this is going to be the first episode, and let me go through the storyline. Now you can look down below into the description of the video and it will tell you all about it, plus all the rules that go along with it. But we're just going to read the storyline. The storyline is this. You're marooned on an uncharted planet with no memory of how you got there. You're driven by one pressing goal: to return to your homeworld. The only viable escape route is through a portal. Your expertise: you're a level 6 engineer, well versed in the basics of Exocraft and Multitool technologies. However, your education has a gap. The intricate mechanics of Exomech and Spaceships elude you. Sure, you have a taste of piloting a spaceship, but legality stands in your way. You lack a pilot's license. So, the options of repairing or officially owning a spaceship are out of your reach. Unless, of course, you choose an unorthodox solution: forging a license. So the premise of this game is this. You're going to do a no starter ship challenge. It is not going to be permadeath because we have to have access to certain things. So for the setup, what we're going to do is we're going to go into here and we're going to do a new game. We're going to do custom. All right, and we're going to start here. So it's going to be kind of an extreme survival. So switch your unit over to survival first. And you want to set everything to maximum, including your scanner recharge. I don't think we can do save delete. I'm going to try that out in just a second. Your purchases are going to be expensive. Your inventory stack limits are harsh. We're just setting everything to the maximum we're allowed to. Enemy strength challenging. Tutorial missions, and here is the thing, is we have to disable the tutorial missions in order to get this to work properly. So let's do that next. And we'll come back to these in just a minute. I don't see any reason to have fishing challenge to be anything other than challenging, because you're not going to be on any type of planet that's going to have water. Your starter planets will never have water on them. Don't know if you've ever noticed that. The only time that happens is when you are on, when you're doing an expedition. So, reputation standing, we'll put that to maximum. Okay, we're going to be locking out our settings too in just a moment. Now, the next thing we need to do is, in order to get this going here, we have to have all of the blueprints. So let me find the blueprints real quick. There we go. All unlocked. And that's where the problem comes in. So we're going to lock our settings as well. We have our blueprints unlocked. In order to be an engineer, you have to have that. And we can do a save deletion, but see what happens? So we can't do that. So we're going to go back to our items destroyed to make sure everything else is set challenging. That's what happens when you do the save deletion. It turns it into permadeath. Okay? So there you go. But we've locked our settings. We do have our blueprints. We got everything ready to go. And we're going to go ahead and start the game. So this is the Stranded challenge. So we have to locate a portal. That's our details here. We have to locate a portal. And we can build an exocraft to get there. Now, the challenge, as you see down below in the description, the challenge uses the roamer. You can use any exocraft except the Exomech. You can use the roamer, you can use the Pilgrim. I favor the Pilgrim. I like the motorcycle better. It's faster. It's the fastest of all the exocrafts, and it's just a lot more fun, to be honest. As I finish my coffee. Now, unlike other games when they start, usually you have to hit the E button or something like that. This one spits you right out immediately. There you go. Now you have the ship in front of you, but you're going to ignore this ship and you're going to continue on in a direction of your choosing. Now my suggestion is that you choose a ley line. We have to get a pilot's license. We currently have a cave nearby, so let's go ahead and utilize the cave. We're just simply going to go inside in order to talk just a little bit more about the challenge. So the music is going to disappear for just a moment while we talk about the challenge. Okay, so we have to build an exocraft. We have to locate a portal. And you know how we do that. We do that by finding a monolith. We have to solve the mystery. And then we can ask the monolith to give us a portal location at that point. So that's how that happens. You can also upgrade your exocraft to find a monolith. So if we stumble across one and we find it on our own, is up to us. We can go to trading stations and go to the minor settlements. That's perfectly fine. There's no problem doing that. The problem is we can't take any of the ships unless we have a license. To get a license to fly a ship, we have to find a crashed ship. Once we find a crashed ship and we claim it, we now own that ship, and we now have a license that we have fabricated, and we can own that type of ship, whether it be a shuttle, a fighter, a hauler. It doesn't make a difference. But then we can buy one of those ships. Now, if we can repair the one we've got, that's perfectly fine. But usually you cannot repair the ship. So that's the type of ship you can purchase. So you cannot repair the ship. You have to find a ship just like it. And that's where you're getting a little bit stuck. But having the exocraft really comes in handy. It gets you where you want to go pretty quick. All right, and we'll show you some of the things along the way. So again, this is almost like a permadeath challenge. You're going to treat it like permadeath. So if something happens and you die, well, you have to start all over again. And that's how we're going to treat this. All right, and as you can see, it's becoming nightfall. Even though the game is paused, it's becoming nightfall. So we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, guys. Since I'm in this cave system here, I'm going to check my tools real quick. Let's see. You're limited in space that you have. You do have some things that are broken. All right, so we got a terrain manipulator at 17%. And we need a carbon nanotube and ferrite dust. Let's go ahead and grab some of those. We need carbon and ferrite. We've got plenty of plants here, so we're in good shape that way. I do want batteries, so I'm going to check these guys out. We're going to get some cobalt from them. And that way we can make some batteries with them and ferrite. Now, occasionally you run across these things. They don't always have cobalt. And as you can see, we can't scan them because our analysis visor is damaged. So we do need some carbon in order to make some stuff. That has ferrite. Take it. Because that we can use to fix our other part. Only gave us 20. All right, we'll have to get some more. And as you can see, our mining laser is getting a little low, so we're going to have to find something soon. I don't think there's going to be anything in the cave that we can use for carbon, but this is really good to know that there's a cave here I can utilize. There are, as you can see, hazardous plants up there. I got to be careful of that right now. All right, so let's go ahead and get more. No, that's pure ferrite that we can't get. Let's get some carbon and we'll come back in here. I want to get some carbon first. And I see the big plants over there. We could probably acquire them, but I'd rather get a small one if we can. Like, is that an oxygen plant? No. Interesting. A plant that actually has oxygen in it. I've never seen an oxygen plant like that before. It only gave me one, but still, it's something. And we're getting a little bit of extra ferrite here. Can we fix anything yet? No, we need 75 ferrite to fix that. There's some more oxygen right in front of me. Are those plants? They are. They don't give a lot. We'll take it for now. That looks like a bigger plant. Nice. Let's go ahead and put that in our mining beam. Got us back up to 45. That's something anyway. And again, we're going to probably go back to the cave there. This is a very warm planet, so we're going to have some difficulty. I usually like cold planets myself to get through, but, you know, this will work. I'm going to get a little more carbon, as you can see. Alright, and we're going to get that oxygen hazardous plant right there. Take the pods on the outside. You can't get all three right away. Give it a moment. And then go back. There we go. And then shoot the plant. So you get all three pods, and then you take out the plant. Takes a moment, but well worth it. Alright. A little bit sniffly today. Sorry. Back away. 64 we're getting from them, and then when we shoot them, we're going to get probably another 15 to 20. 12. Okay, well, that's limited. Alright. And it looks like we got another cave over here. Alright. Let's go ahead and recharge this up. Almost to full. Alright, we got ships going someplace. So we can check out the ships and see where they're headed to. Let's see how much ferrite dust we can get. Looks like we got some animals around here. Normally these planets don't have animals that will attack you, so that's usually good. Now, one of the things I saw in regards to the playthrough of another gamer is I didn't see them utilizing the resources of the planet. What I mean by that is not these rocks and plants I'm shooting, but we're talking about the plants that naturally grow on the planet. Finally, got to 75. So we got a scanner now, finally. There we go. I'm going to put our laser over here. And I'm going to put the scanner... We're going to put these guys up here because they're kind of in the way. And that way we can get some slots on either side that we can repair. I think... How much does it cost to make a carbon nanotube? Wrong way. Nope, I'm going the right way. It just gave me all the recipes, so I got to find it now. I can make an ion battery. I can make 2 of them. Excellent. I will make 2. Where's the carbon nanotube? There we go. I need 50 carbon to make one of those. Alright, we'll make one of those in a minute. Still have the... Okay, so the analysis visor is the one we're having trouble with. That's how I do it usually. There we go. So we got some more oxygen. So, was I right? Was that another... Oh, I got condensed carbon over there. That's good. So what I was looking at when I said that is this. The haploid wheat. A lot of these places have their own plants on it. Haploid wheat is very common that you can find here. Haploid wheat, as you can see, though, gives us 10% hazard protection. So, there you go. Utilize the plants on the planet. They're your best option. Now, I'm heading in a random direction here because I just want to gather resources. So, whoops. Okay, hold on. Condensed carbon is much, much better and more efficient to use for recharging equipment. And as time goes by, you'll see we'll be doing a better job of it. It'd be funny if you got rid of this and the case fell. That would be better, but the physics aren't there. It is what it is. All right. I'm going to check this because checking containers is a good idea. We're going to get that rusted metal because once we create a refiner, we can do some things. I got another ion battery out of it. Oh, that's pretty cool. Alright. I guess that wasn't a cave? Alright. No, it was not. It was just a dark spot on the landscape. Alright. Can we shoot that? No, apparently we cannot. So those plants are unshootable. Well, let's go ahead and get our carbon from the smaller plants then. 18. Almost 40. Ah, one of these plants. These usually get a good amount of carbon. There we go. Okay, I think we have enough to make a carbon nanotube. We do. Now we can get ourselves moving here. Alright, it is now repaired. I'm going to move you over. Alright, so now we can start seeing where we are. Alright, so I like to usually pick a cardinal direction. There's our old ship, right? So I want to pick a direction that we can go in. Normally north or south from here. Well, I'd also like to check to see where we are on a planet. There, okay, good. We're about the halfway point, so it really doesn't make a difference. Let's head south, and we'll start checking out places over here. Now, when you see humming sacks, that's underground. That's a good thing. You want to hit a cave when you can. And I'm going to do a little bit of running this time. Right in front of us, good. So we should have a cave coming up. Hopefully there's an entrance right here. We don't see one. If there isn't one, we'll make our own. I do not see one. Let's make our own before we run out of juice. Okay, so we've maintained, but we need the cave. Oh, it is climbing. That means we're near it. And it looks like we have an unknown building over there. We'll be heading there in just a minute. Alright. This way. Head towards the humming sack. Don't go straight at it. Now, humming sacks people will usually get because they are valuable. They are really not. They really are not, to be honest with you. So, we're going to get some cobalt, and I'm going to scan the cobalt to see what our secondary element is now. Tritium. Something we really can't use until later. But what we look for in these stalactites and stalagmites is we're looking for ones that have alternative metals in them. Let's see. Let's go with that. And we're going to flatten the terrain here and make a little more room. Let's see if I can get through here. This is the tiniest cave I think I've ever seen. Alright, so there's really not a lot here. And I don't see any other caves. So we're going to look for a bigger cave. Let's go ahead and head for that building. Because a lot of times the buildings have caves nearby. So we're going to go ahead and do that next. Yes, and we're going to grab sodium. I know a lot of people are wondering, why aren't you going to grab the sodium? That's pretty good for recharging stuff. It's good for a great many things, to be honest with you. And this is one of them. Yes, charging is one of the things we'll be grabbing it for. And I'm going to grab dihydrogen because it is a valuable metal and making a great many things. Now this is another plant here, and we can analyze it and see what else we get out of it. Oxygen, very nice. Now let's see how much carbon we get out of this guy, because maybe this will be the ones I start looking for. Not a lot, believe it or not. And this guy, so we got about 15 carbon out of it. What does this give us? About the same for the tinier plant, and it required less time to do it. Let's see. That one, very few. Same thing with those. Okay, let's just get rid of them. There's one other type of plant that seems to give us a lot more. So, but anyway, let's head up the slope and head towards where our destination is. Ah, see, these are the oxygen plants I'm familiar with. I'm sure you are as well. They give you about 15 each, give or take. It's not always the same. And I'm going to gather as much oxygen as I can because for life support for now, it will work. Let's see. We're at O2 225. That's good. So you can carry 300 of each item. So check our oxygen. We're at 260. We can carry 40 more. I like to utilize our inventory as good as possible. So I got to be careful I don't overload it. So I can get 22 more in here. So I will grab one more. Maybe a second one. Okay, so that's a little bit too much. So we're going to use some of it right now in our life support. There we go. So we free up a spot. And you can see our hazard protection is starting to get up there, right? So we're going to utilize one of our batteries. It's going to utilize 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do that real quick. That'll get me over the 20 mark. And as long as you don't let it drop below 19 or 18, you can use 1 battery. Oh, comms tower. What do you know? And as predicted, we happen to have a cave nearby. And that is what we're looking for. All right, so this is going to start the main portion of our journey. Now that we're past the urgent survival needs, we can now get some things done. Okay, we got some nanites out of that. It's kind of useless at the moment, but it is what it is. Let's get the buried technology. Buried technology is going to be the most expensive item you'll find, and it is the one you're going to use to trade out with. You're not going to use anything else. Keep that in mind. Utilizing these is very good. I'll go ahead and grab a word, even though it's not really necessary. But utilizing these little campsites like this gives us the opportunity to get life support when needed, and to get some more nanites when we need them. This will give us encryption data, which sometimes can also be nanites. Very good. And then check out the campsite main spot and see if there's anything over here. There isn't, but we're going to get a save point. Very nice. Okay. All right. Now let's check out this cave here. The comms tower is useless to us. And it looks like... yeah. If you want to get rid of the hazardous plants, you can just do that with your terrain manipulator. Otherwise, just proceed on. Alright, now let me switch over to my mining beam. We're looking for anything that carries something other than cobalt. You see how tritium is highlighted? We're going to get the same reaction when we find one that doesn't have cobalt. And we can make ourselves an advanced mining laser, but we don't have the materials in order to build all the rest. Alright, let's go deeper into this cave. See what we can find. I'm looking for gold. Gold is good. Gold is a pretty valuable metal. Silver is not as valuable, but for our intents and purposes, in order to make the exocraft we're looking for, Pilgrim, we need silver. So I'm looking for silver. I am going to grab some more cobalt because I'm going to make myself some more batteries. Alright, let's see what we got. We're up to almost 70. Let me just go ahead and get one more. There we go. We got 2 more. Oh, we got plenty. Good. Let's take a moment to reorganize things. Do we have ferrite? We do not have any ferrite. Go figure, huh? Okay, so this is valuable. We'll probably be selling that. This is valuable. We will sell that. That is useless to us at the moment. Okay. Hydrogen, a little silicate powder, which, by the way, we need to put into our terrain manipulator. Okay, carbon, carbon plus. Let's switch those around. I'm going to put oxygen up here. I'm grouping things together in a certain order, as you can see. This is handy later on. Okay. All right, we're in good shape. Let's get started. Or we're really already started, but I'm going to keep going. All right, let's see what else we got. We got platinum. Platinum is the most valuable metal you're going to find in one of these. And since we're here, too, we're going to scan this one. There we go. All right. And just a little bit more cobalt. All right. And how much does that give us? 90. All right, so we can make a bunch more batteries, except we don't have ferrite, so we're going to need that. I got some silver out of them. So each of these has silver, too. Interesting. All right, I'd rather just find one that's all silver if it's at all possible, because we need about 100 silver, if I'm not mistaken. We'll check that in a minute. And see, this is the boring part of it. Once you get your exocraft, you're cruising at that point. So let's see how far we can get here. Watch out for your plants, by the way. You see, we already found a couple of them that have precious metals. Sometimes, if you're fortunate, you'll find 2 or 3 with the right metals you're looking for. This is a pretty good cave layout. Ooh, got the plants right in your way, though. Watch out for the hazardous ones. And they give sodium, too, so you can go ahead and grab them while you're at it. Unless you're more interested in just getting rid of them altogether with your terrain manipulator. Okay, so these have minor amounts of silver in them, and I could just go ahead and pull it from them. I'm going to go ahead and get these 2, because they'll have sodium and oxygen usually. And the oxygen, usually it's only about 10, 8 to 10. There we go. Let's see. We're in a really hard spot right here of standing. These slopes kill us. Okay. With the exception of the secondary elements, I'm not finding silver by itself, which we can find. I'm trying to avoid those plants there if I can. Alright, let's go over here. Here a little bit. See what we can find. Okay. Maybe we're not going to be so lucky. I'll go ahead and grab that one too. Just to get it out of the way. Since it's already blasting away its poisonous gas. And I'm almost out of fuel on my mining beam. We're going to try to use some condensed carbon this time. There we go. Always nice. Alright, tritium. Alright, let's grab some more of these. Let's see how much silver it'll give us. Okay, so only 3. Alright, so it's going to take a little bit to get all these. And we'll get the mining beam going kind of hot and see how much we can get. Alright. I was hoping just to find one that had all silver in it, because usually they'll give about 30 or 40 in it. The geodes will never give you the secondary element. They'll always give you the primary element that you find in these. So cobalt is the only one you're going to find. There's another gold one. I must have missed it earlier. You notice I'm going for mainly the ones up at the ceiling. And I'll pause just a little bit in order to let it just cool down a touch. There we go. Alright, let's see how much silver we got. We're actually all the way up to 81 silver already at this point. That's good. Alright, so let's just do it this way. Because we only need 18 more, so... It's not like we're not going to use the cobalt. Should be just about it. Let's find out. We're at 96. 96. We need 1 or 2 more and we're done. Seven silver? I don't know if that's the case. Hold on. 110. Okay, so we should have now enough. We'll need some ferrite. So if we look at our building menu, which is in Z, and we check out our Pilgrim over here, you see it requires 100 silver. We need 5 metal plates and 5 dihydrogen jellies. So to get the jellies, they're 40 each. So we're going to need 200 dihydrogen jellies. The metal plates are 50 each. So we're going to need 250 ferrite. So we got some more resources to get. Let's get moving. All right, these are pure. That is the smallest creature I think I've ever seen. I'll go ahead and get that. One of the smallest, I should say. We'll go ahead and scan them anyway. It doesn't give us much in the way of money, but it'll be all right. All right, we need to find rocks. There's plenty of them right here. And then we'll go after dihydrogen next. And we'll do a little scanning around to see what kind of buildings we have around us. We should probably scan these rocks to see if there's a secondary element we're getting from them. Dihydrogen, how convenient. You cannot put down base computers. That's another thing. You cannot create a base. Oh, I'm going to scan that one too. Okay, I'm getting dihydrogen from that one as well. Excellent. We don't get enough of it, but that's okay. It's nice to have the secondary element. Those are pure. Alright. Let's check something real quick and see where we are. Hold on a second. Wrong menu. Alright. We're up to 115. And we got a little bit of pure ferrite to go along with it. That's very handy. Alright, we got so much dihydrogen. We will be converting that into batteries here soon. Let's get a little more carbon because I think we're going to need it here soon. That one we haven't scanned either. Okay, we'll scan it. Scan the other animals. It'll tell us how many animals there are on the planet. There we go, 7 of them. That's good. Extra nanites. I'm not sure if we're going to be using them. Let's get our mining beam built up just a little bit. I'll use some of that. I need bigger rocks. There we go. We'll use these rocks. They have oxygen in them, so that's nice too. We don't need the oxygen, but we'll be alright. Remember I said we needed the dihydrogen anyway, so we'll go ahead and grab it. Now that the mining beam is warmed up, we're going to take a few extra moments to get these. Don't let it overheat. And watch your thermal protection, of course. I overheated. So let's take a moment to not do that. I'm going to use the sodium for now. We'll use batteries later. And we're going to run out of juice on our mining beam in just a moment. Alright, let's charge you back up as well. Not all the way, but it's somewhere. Let's see how much ferrite we've got. And how many plates we can get. There it is. We need just a little bit more to make that last plate. Okay. Let's get some more carbon while we're here. As you can see, we're going through resources like crazy lately. That's not it. Those will work. And there's our last one. It should be it. Now I do need some more, so I'm going to get some more anyway, because we need to be able to make other things as well. I need an extra plate. Alright, we'll grab the last one over there. There we go. Okay. Now let's take this opportunity to jump into one of these things over here. Careful, you can get hurt here. Let's utilize one of these little buildings to recharge while we create what we need. So I need 2 more of these. Good. And I have a little bit more ferrite dust now. So we're in good shape there. I do need condensed. Let's see. Let's move some stuff around here. So the reason I got the extra plate is because I would like to be able to create other things. So one of those things is going to be a portable refiner. So now that we have the oxygen and everything, we're going to go ahead and put down a refiner. And we're going to be making some stuff later on. Okay. Now, dihydrogen, we're a little short on. Let's start making the gels so we can get that ready. There we go. 1, 2. We can make 3. Okay, so we need 5. So we need a few more of those. Let's go ahead and get this turned into ferrite. And do we have any carbon for fuel? We do have a little bit. Alright, it won't be enough, but it's a good start. Because it takes 1:45 and we'll burn through that fuel real quick. So we need some carbon. Let's go find some. And we'll need dihydrogen as well. So let's do a little quick scan. These bushes over here are really good for that. What else do they have? If they have condensed, it'd be better. But they've got oxygen. Okay, that's all right. Okay. Getting these bushes now. We're getting a lot of carbon. Trying to find carbon, but running out. I don't want to unutilize my mining beam's efficiency right now. Some dihydrogen over there. We're going to grab that. Even from a distance, it's useful. Go. We're going to use it all up right now. And we're out. Okay, let's head back. There we go. Okay. As expected, this is out of juice, so we're going to put some in here. We won't have to utilize all of it, but that's okay. And we're getting a good amount of ferrite dust out of this. In the meantime, ooh, got a storm crystal. That's worth a lot. Usually worth a lot more than these guys. Hey, we have enough. So we can build our exocraft, finally. So we get rid of some of this materials in our inventory as well. Okay. So let's build it from here. We're going to build our Pilgrim Geobay. And boom, we now have an exocraft. Now what I recommend doing is I recommend getting rid of the platform. You cannot pull your Pilgrim out anywhere. So the only good thing you get out of your platform is you get your dihydrogen back. The metal plates you can't turn into anything else. But it's good to have them just in case you need them. So I'm going to go into here and I'm going to remove that. I'm going to remove that. There we go. Okay. And we now have an exocraft. And we have tons of ferrite dust. Good. And we're going to pick up... I don't think we need to make anything else, do we? Yeah, let's turn our dihydrogen back into something useful. Although we can make it into life support gels now that I think about it. Let me see. There we go. Utilizes carbon for that. Why don't we make 2 of these just in case? There we go. And we're gonna record the rest. Refine the rest. We're recording about refining. That takes a few moments to do to put it back to normal. All right, so this is we're going to be selling later. Let's get some things adjusted here. We're going to sell this later too. So all of these can be sold. Let's make a few more batteries. How's our ferrite look? Good. I like to have a whole bunch of batteries. And you can stack them up to 30. So as you can see. So I'm going to keep 300 cobalt on me. I am going to... Yeah, why not? Let's make 4 more. There we go. And we're going to get rid of these 4. That way it's not taking up space in our inventory. The tritium is not helping us at all. Except taking up a spot. So we're going to get rid of that as well. The metal plates we'll decide what to do with later. Alright, and we got some extra silver that we got back out of that, and we can sell that later as well. Alright, there's our ferrite. Let's move it up. There we go. And I'm going to put our oxygen... let's see, it's a life support item, so I will stick that over here for now. I don't know what we'll do with it, but we'll see what happens. Alright, I think we're organized enough. Let's spread all of these out. There we go. And jetpack we will probably upgrade at some point or another as well. So we're going to leave some slots open. I want to put you over here, I think. And I'm going to put you over here. And that way everybody can utilize slots around them. Alright, so as we get upgrades and things like that, we'll see what happens. Alright, I think we're at a good stopping point. We'll pick that up. We'll get our carbon back. We got our dihydrogen back. See? And we got some more inventory space. We can move on. So we were headed south. That's that direction there. We're going to take a look around. Cargo drops are good. But finding other things would be better. Alright, so we're going to head towards the technology modules. The best upgrades that we can get for the Pilgrim is going to be the mining laser. Put these in supercharged slots. Let's see how much that'll cost to make. And there's the mining laser. We need chromatic metal for that, so we're going to have to find some copper or something. And magnetized ferrite, which we can do pretty easily. And 2 life support gels. There you go, right? So we got those. We need chromatic metal. So I need 200 copper. And that'll help that out. And the next thing is the radars. All these radars. So we need Exocraft radar, which is more. So we'll need about 300 now. Chromatic metal. Plus a microprocessor. And then as we may have to upgrade. So we'll see how it goes. So copper is going to be our main thing that we're looking for. Okay, guys? And we can get protection here. We can get heat protection, but it requires dioxide, which we're not going to be able to get. So unless we find an upgrade that we can disassemble that has it, yeah, that's not happening. Alright, let's head in that direction. So we have bursts of speed, and that's the best part right there. Now these buried technologies are sometimes a little right here, and we do need to upgrade. There we go. Let's get that charged up all the way. And we'll grab some carbon while we're here. I'm doing it backwards, as you can see. That's fantastic. Alright, and we're going to get going here soon. I'm going to look for more other stuff to do that with. The bushes seem to be the best thing to go with. Usually what you want to do, too, before you move on, is when you get out, is take a look around and see where you're headed. These crystals do come in handy. They're very valuable at times. But not exactly what we're looking for. Copper. We got phosphorus. Okay, let's keep going in that direction then. I'm going to go ahead and scan them. Cobalt. Oh, there's deposits of cobalt? That's fantastic. Let's go ahead and grab that. Now, one of the other rules is if your exocraft gets stuck, you have to dig it out. You can't just recall it. But when you get in a hole, get yourself out. Now, the buried technology is most of the time near these guys. These guys can give you a lot of good things. Sometimes they'll give you nanites, but sometimes they'll give you upgrades. So, we'll take the upgrades. There we go. Again, if they're close to the surface, you can just retrieve it. And as you can see, my hazard protection is still dropping even though I'm in here. So unless I put hazard protection in my exocraft, we're stuck with what we've got. I'm going to keep heading towards the broken machineries as we go. And then as we get out, every now and then we'll take a look around and see what's around us. because I'm looking hopefully to get good hazard protection. Preferably hot. If not, we'll just take the buried tech. There we go. Can't believe we got a storm crystal out of one of those. That was pretty good. You know what we didn't do? There's a ship right there. I don't know what he's up to, but he's kind of meandering. Cobalt in the distance. There's cobalt in the distance. We'll keep an eye open for copper as we go. We don't see any buildings, so let's just move on. And whenever you get to the point where it says thermal protection is falling, try to drop in one battery. And we were heading south, right? That way. Okay. The reason I'm picking a cardinal direction that you can really focus on is because it's called a ley line. When you find a building, most likely you'll find other buildings along the way. I just ran into a tree. Okay. And we're going to go ahead and... Whoops. Oh, careful. Don't want to destroy this. Dense carbon is your friend here. Or especially early game. Alright, how we doing? Okay, good. We got all the smaller ones. The largest ones we can't grab, but that's okay. I'm going to take another look real fast. We have phosphorus, and we still have cobalt. We'll keep an eye open for copper as we go, because we do want a good amount of copper. And then once we get the copper, we're going to go ahead and find ourselves a cave or settlement or something like that to hang out in. A lot of this is stop and go, stop and go, stop and go. Once you get really some places, I'm going to keep the rusted metal to make ferrite later on. More nanites. Once you get where you're trying to go, once you get enough resources and stuff like that, then it's a matter of just going. And that's where the episodes will take a different turn. Quick look. Cobalt. Phosphorus. Anything in this direction? Cobalt again. Okay, let's just keep going. So I'm more interested in upgrades at this point. So I'm going to keep, again, I'm going to keep an eye open for broken machinery. Sometimes buried cache will have good stuff in it too. So keep an eye open for that when you can as well. Mark them out. I'm going to grab that. Ooh, we got sentinels showing up. Do not shoot the sentinels. You're not powerful enough and you don't have a bolt caster. Okay. Buried cache, like I said, is always a good thing to go after. These two, the ancient data structures, is always good. I'm going to head over there. Metal fingers, you can get some uranium that way. Some more gold if you want. Got a lot of buried stuff nearby. I'm going to go for that one because it's pretty close. But we're going to head towards that structure over there as well. It looks like we got daytime. Try not to run over the animals when you're near a sentinel. They'll take offense. I don't know where my... Oh, that's great. Cool. Is this inside the cave? It sure enough is. Look at that. You don't do that too often. Let's drop in for a recovery, shall we? And it looks like... Oh, careful. Looks like we have... And be careful, because you got a sentinel nearby, so as you try to get these, he's going to investigate. See? So just hang out, let him roam around. Meanwhile, let's see what we got. We got some magnetized ferrite. Ooh, that's nice. But you know what you can do, too? You can put that in your Pilgrim. Yeah, I didn't realize that. It has storage, so you can put that in there. I'm going to put this in the Pilgrim, too. What else? Okay, that'll be good for now. So we'll make more stuff later on. All right, and okay. Let's go ahead and keep going. And let me see, is our multi-tool charging in that area? Good, good. That frees up a spot. Okay, so we put our silicate powder in our multi-tool. We're in good shape. And where did he go? I think he's outside. Back to the mining beam. I think we should get the last ones. Good. Alright. Before he can reach us and investigate. Alright, quick look. We're heading south. We have copper, finally. Okay, so that's good. Really, really good. And we got some broken tech over there. We're going to go ahead and grab that first. Broken machine here. We're going to grab the buried tech because it is worth money. We're going to destroy this guy because he's in the wrong place. And it doesn't alert the sentinel. Alright, we got nanites again. Crap. Alright, well, it was worth a shot. Let's go to our copper deposit. We'll head over there. And we'll need a bunch of it. So I'm just going to take whatever I can get out of it, and then we're going to start refining it at some point. And make ourselves some upgrades. Doesn't look like a really, really big deposit here. I don't want this guy disturbing me. Not a very big deposit, it looks like, but we'll get what we can out of it. Now, what you can do to save yourself from the elements is you can dig down underneath it and shoot it from underneath. If you wish. So I will drop into this hole I've created. And I'm very, very close to the horizon here. So once we get underneath it here, you see my hazard protection is still dropping. But we want to gather this up in a very precise manner. The more we get out of it, the smaller the beam, the more we get out of it. And you see? And it stops. So it's eating up our hazard protection while we're out in the elements. Well, as long as we're underneath it, we're protected from the elements. So it's a little cooler under here, 80 degrees. Fahrenheit, that is, as you can see. And I'm going to gather as much of this as I can. Have a few slots available in your inventory to do this. Because you're going to get more than 300 most likely from this deposit. Most deposits. Okay, did we get enough to recharge it? Enough for now. If you want a lot, broaden out your beam and just dig out underneath the ground. And then what you can do is you can do this. Your flattening will take out a lot of silicate. It takes about 180 to recharge fully. I'll grab a little bit more. There we go. And then don't forget to change your manipulator beam back to normal. There we go. And then reduce the size to get what we can out of this. Now that we have a bigger hole too underneath the ground, we can get a better angle on stuff and keep ourselves protected. Alright. And then, now that we have this hole down here, we've basically created our own cave. So we can go ahead and do the things we need to do under the ground here. I think we got it all. Yeah, pretty sure we got all of it. Okay. Let's put this down. And we're going to start this up. Now, we need a lot of carbon to get this going. I'm not going to worry about the rusted metal yet. Let's see how much copper we've got. Okay, we've got a little over 300 of it. We can do it in stages of 150 each, and that's what we're going to do. So we got another 34 over here. I'm going to mix that up over here. Let's see. So we got our metal. What's in our Exocraft? Okay, good. So we can actually start this off. I'm going to do the mining laser first, because it's very handy to be driving along and pick up carbon as you go. So I'm going to go ahead and get this started. There we go. And we need just the 100 chromatic metal to get that started. Okay, good. And we'll definitely get that here, and then we can worry about the other part, which is going to be our radar, which we have to put the main one in first. So 50 with one microprocessor. Okay, so to make a microprocessor, let's just check the recipe to make sure it's still the same. There it is. We need 1 carbon nanotube and 40 chromatic metal for that too. Okay, so we don't think we have enough to do a carbon nanotube either. We need more carbon, but we'll do that later. Okay, looks like it's done. We'll pull the first 75 out. Let's put the next grouping in. It'll take 150 of it. And so we're going to have to find another deposit of copper. And we're headed south, right? That way. Looks like we got some buried cache over there. Let's go ahead and highlight that. And it's pointing at that. And it's telling us there's more over that way, but that's kind of behind us. But we can go there, I guess. We got some nearby. Now it's telling us what to look for. Why don't we go forward, and we'll look for more as we go. I think that'll be the best option here. You know what we should do? We should go back to our mining beam and go look for some carbon real quick. Do a quick scan and see if there's any C+ nearby. There's some right over there, but I think that's where we came from. Yeah, there's some over there, and I can see it, I think. Oh, this will work. Remember not to gather resources close to your sentinels. They'll notice. Okay. Alright, that should get us enough to get started. And you see we're at 25%, so we're going to go ahead and put that in now. Because this cave we made, it's protecting us, but it's not allowing us to recharge. So, there we go. Let's do the rest real quick. There's the copper. Okay, and we should be able to go into our multi-tool. And not multi-tool, Exocraft, and we're going to finish our laser. Alright, so the laser is now active. Alright, and we need to make a carbon nanotube. Let's make one of those. And do we have enough chromatic metal? We do, to make one microprocessor. So we can do that now. And we need 40 more chromatic metal. How much did we get? Let's find out. 17. So we don't quite have enough to get the radar going. So we need 23 more. Okay. Let's go ahead and find that, and once we get the radar going, we'll know what we need to do. Alright, and we were headed south, right? That way. We're heading towards that buried cache. Again, we're hoping for an upgrade. Broken boiler. It usually just gives you nanites, so just to be clear. Ouch. Let's get a little further away from this guy here. And then we'll jump out and take a look. And I see something I can use, so without anybody nearby to get angry at me. Condensed carbon, again, is going to be your friend. I could use the laser on the Exocraft to get what I wanted, but I decided to just go for getting it myself because I had to get out anyway. Let's see. Well, it's taking me everywhere here, but nothing in front of me. But we're going to continue to head south because I need to. Okay, damaged machinery. Let's go to that. Now, your Exocraft also uses this as fuel, uses carbon for fuel, okay? So keep that in mind. Got some more nanites, that's okay. Not an upgrade, but hopefully we have our... Buried tech anywhere? No buried tech, huh? Oh, because it's unburied. There we go. Okay, let's move on. So again, we're heading south. Anything? Yep, the south. Perfect. That's where we're headed. Let's see what we can find on the way. And then we can get our radar installed and we'll be ready to go. Now, I don't know if the first level of radar will get us the thing we're looking for. Oh, okay, so I can't really go through those guys, huh? Fascinating. I'm not sure if the first level radar will get us the monolith, but we'll see. Alright, that looks like a really nice deposit of copper. Alright, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do a decent terrain manipulation underneath, since we're out to one side. Okay, we're going to go ahead and stabilize, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then we're going to go into the small setting and start eating away underneath. Now once I get about 150 copper, I'll go ahead and start making more of it. And we'll go from there. And we're going to get as much as we can, because basically we got the ability to make all the things we need to right now. For the most part. We might be able to get to the second level of advanced mining, not the laser, the radar, but we'll see. Let's see, how much have we got so far? 124? Okay, a little bit more. Pretty good deposit. I thought it wasn't going to be as big as this, but this is great. Alright, how much we got? 173. Let's go ahead and put it down now. Let's see. We got enough to recharge it with this. Let's go ahead and put in our copper. Get that moving along. And we can actually stand inside this area here and acquire the copper. Nice. This is a good deposit. Really good. We'll get a few hundred out of this at least. Probably about 400 or 500. Yes, I'm getting a little bit of silicate. I'm really going down to the refining the edges of this. The silicate powder is going to help us to recharge our terrain manipulator at the same time. So we're going to get that as well. Nice. Yeah, this is a really good deposit, like I keep saying. There is a lot of copper. How we doing? Let's see. Yeah, we're up to almost another 250 here. And it's just finishing up that batch. Let's go ahead and pull the rest. And put some more copper in, shall we? There we go. And it's depleted finally. I didn't even notice that. Alright, we're going to have to get some more silicate to recharge this. I'd love to get a few hundred chromatic metal at this point. It's not very much. It doesn't cost a lot. So in other words, I can't really sell it for anything. So it's not valuable in that sense, but to get our upgrades, we really do need it. Alright, once we get down to about 20% on the silicate, we'll get more silicate powder in larger quantities. Not doing it here, though, because if we just do the flattening the terrain, it'll absorb all this copper in a very inefficient manner. Okay, looks good. Alright, you're done. Again. Let's put the next batch in. Yeah, we already got another 300. Alright. I'm going to go this way. There we go. Go down. That way when we flatten, it's not exposing us to the sky. Drop down in here. Excuse me. There we go. Let's recharge. There we go. That's better. There we go. Get our smallest setting out. So we need to make microprocessors. We need to make other things to get our upgrades. Plus, we do want to install, if possible, at some point or another, an advanced mining laser into here. Carbon nanotube, need a hermetic seal, and 2 wiring looms. The wiring looms are going to be the hardest part, because we can't fabricate those. So we're going to have to find them. We're going to have to find some upgrades that we can't use or we don't really need and uninstall them. Now, if we're fortunate enough when we find ourselves a ship, a crashed ship, we can get some upgrades from them sometimes and uninstall them. Even though they're damaged, we can uninstall them. So that'll be really, really good. This should be done. Let's go ahead and grab that. And see how much copper we've got? There we go. Get that moving along. So we are going to be coming to a close end to our episode here very, very shortly. So this episode will be episode 1 of the Stranded run. And again, it's only going to be like 2, maybe 3 episodes long. I have no idea how long it's going to be at this point, because I'm not narrating. I'm narrating while I'm playing. So this is a little bit different from just narrating an actual video that was made before. Wow. This was a fantastic deposit. 500-600? No, I'm probably talking closer to like 800-900 from this one deposit, at least. Maybe more. This was a fantastic deposit of copper. Can't believe how much we found. But I'm going to be cutting out of this soon. So, let me see how much our inventory is getting full. Let's see. Yeah, we only got 1 spot left, and we've already got over 400 copper, and we put at least that much in here already. Yeah, we've already overflowed. Alright, let's go ahead and get the Exocraft portion going. So, chromatic metal. Done. So now we have ourselves radar on here. So that's fantastic. I'm going to go into my suit. I'm going to pull some stuff out of here. Stuff that I require, but don't need to keep on my person, like the chromatic metal, for instance. We're going to put that over here. The silicate powder we're going to use up if we can. Good. Gives us a good charge. Let's take in all the rest of the copper real quick, because I don't think we need that much more. Let me just check real quick. So if we want to get the next upgrade for the radar, that is going to be the B-class one. 2 microprocessors and 100. So 180 is what's required for that. And the next level, another 150. So 330 chromatic metal. We're almost there now. We're almost there now. And it's out of fuel. Look at that. Okay, let's let it keep going. Actually, you know what? We can just refill it again while it's waiting. There we go. Let's see. So, let's put that chromatic metal I just dumped over here into there. There it is. And let's absorb the rest of this. So we're going to go to a larger setting, and we're just going to pick up as much of this copper as we can from the next setting up. And as you can see, it's nighttime. This will get us a little silicate as well. And I'm going to back up just a little bit here and get into the protection of the tunnel that I've created. about to be exposed. It's okay. We're not going to be out here long. That way you're utilizing as much of this copper deposit as you can. There we go. That looks good. I think we did pretty good. Anything else? I think we're good. Let's drop back in here. Copper itself is not going to be useful to us, so just go ahead and keep doing it until you're out. So let's see how much copper we have left. Just a little bit. I'm going to take the silicate powder. We're going to utilize that real quick. Good, nearly fully charged on that. Okay, and we're in good shape. We have a little less condensed carbon than we could use, but that's okay. Did we run out again? No, it's just chugging along. We should get through the rest in pretty good time. So how much chromatic metal do we have now? We're up to the 300s, I think. Wrong one. Wrong one. I'm getting there, don't worry. Yeah, we're up to 400. So I tell you what, probably after this, I think we're going to put the rest of the copper from our exosuit into the Pilgrim. There we go. And I don't think we really need any right now. We can make some more later if we need to. Okay. Alright, we're looking pretty good. And can we do the next upgrade? Let me see here. So that's going to be the B-class upgrade here. So I'm going to install that, and then we're going to do the microprocessor. I'm not going to install it yet. I'm going to make the 2 microprocessors. There we go. Because I'm curious as to... Let me put this in my Pilgrim, and we're going to keep you here. Okay. I am curious as to whether it will find what we're looking for with just the basic. Let's check. Go into our X menu, use our radar. Depots, drop pods, and abandoned structures is all we're getting. So, let's go ahead in here and install this. And now let's see what we can find. Yeah, we get nothing more than that. So we have to go to the maximum upgrade on this. So let's get out. Go back into our tunnel for a moment, where we're protected. And let's get the next upgrade put in, which is going to be this one. And we have enough to make it, so, because of the gold that we picked up earlier. Now let's see what we can find, shall we? Yeah, you ready? Trading outposts, abandoned structures, ruins, and alien structures, and that's a monolith. Alien monolith detected, and it's right there. It is 10 minutes away. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and head in that direction, folks. Ooh, be careful of those caves, man. You can't change direction in midair. Oh, a nice oxygen patch if we needed it, but we don't need it. And how fast does it say we're going to get there? 9 minutes? I think we can do it at 7. And then we'll call an end to this particular episode, and if we can get away from all the plants that we keep running into, that apparently are indestructible, except by a laser. Speaking of lasers, we need to get some of these, get some carbon to recharge our ship soon. So, let's use it. As you can see, the Sentinel drones will try to inspect, but you're already gone. Let me see, is there anything here that I can get? Okay, well, I guess we're going to have to go for this. And you can see it's a pretty powerful beam, so you're picking up carbon pretty well. You don't get a lot of it, but you do get enough. And it's a way to keep your ship fueled while you go. See? No, that's not it. Where's our fuel? There's the fuel. And we can use a bunch of carbon. And they're going to always investigate. But again, you're on the move and they're not going to catch up to you. So you do want to pick up as much carbon as you can when you go. Broken machinery, we're going to stop real quick. Because we're looking for that thermal protection. Yeah, we got nanites again. That's okay. I can't seem to get past all that. Whoa, okay, where'd it go? There it is. Alright, got a plant there that's a little bit more rougher than I thought. And another oxygen patch, go figure. Alright, so we're headed in this direction. Let's keep going. And remember, your mining laser for your Exocraft is also going to need to be recharged once in a while. This is what I like about the Pilgrim. So these sentinels are a little finicky about you shooting their plants. Wow. Never seen them so lively. Alright, we've got something nearby, most likely. Let's check out this broken machinery here. I'm going to recharge this. Gonna do it again. That. And we're also going to recharge our hazard protection with a battery. Let's get out. Got some more metal we can convert into ferrite when we need to. Should be more than enough now. Got some more nanites. And the buried tech doesn't seem to be here. Hold on. There it is. Life support power is low. I do not have any more life support shells. I'm going to use the oxygen since I got a ton of it right now. So we're going to go ahead and utilize that. Alright. Is there anything within range? Buried cache right there. And we want that one. Because it's right in front of us. And look at that. We found a little spot. Okay. Look for other buildings besides the monolith. This is the only building I see nearby, so we're going to continue on. The good reason for looking buildings is you're looking for crashed ships, but because we have a monolith nearby, it's going to help us find out how far we got to go to get to our portal. There's only one per planet, so keep that in mind. Let's go. And we do need landing platforms too. We're going to have to trade at some point. Get across that. There we go. All kinds of bushes here I should be utilizing. Otherwise we're just destroying them. And they're right here. There we go. Condensed carbon, always handy. Okay, good. I think we got some good amounts. So we should be good for a little while. How far away are we? It's taking us a little longer because we keep stopping. If we headed straight there, we would have made it there in a really decent, quickly amount of time. Quickly? Oh, wow. Yeah, don't hit those plants too easily, huh? Good thing you just bounce everywhere. Alright, we're going to take a look around. We're in a new region, so maybe there's something here nearby. There we go. Always like to look for a building. Okay, when you see a building with a sentinel, yeah, that's just a depot or something like that. It's got some valuable materials, but how valuable are they to you if you get killed? Cargo drops, damaged machinery. Let's head over that way. I'm gonna head towards the broken machinery again. We haven't had a lot of good choices with the broken machinery in the fact that we're not getting any upgrades or anything like that. But you never know. Starship fuel. Great. Okay. By the way, we're going to take that. Let's put this in our Pilgrim. And we're going to put this in our Pilgrim too. Okay, good. Let's go. And quick look. Make sure I'm not missing anything. We don't need any more resources. Should be good for a little bit. So this episode is going to be a little longer than the usuals. Next episode will probably be much shorter. We'll see what happens. We got a photon cannon module upgrade. That's useful. I'm going to put it in my Pilgrim, because that's about all it's useful for. We can pick that up without digging. Let's go. We never hit the ancient data structures. They could have given us some upgrades and stuff. Mostly it's exosuit charts that you get from them that are valuable. That's interesting, don't you think? Yeah, those plants really are indestructible by not being able to run through them. How far away are we now? 2.5 minutes out. And it'll probably be 2.5 minutes because we keep stopping. Watch the plants. I will go ahead and get another one because these damaged machineries hopefully will have an upgrade I can actually use. Underwater protection module on a planet that has no water. Fabulous. Moving along. All right. We're finally getting a little closer. So this particular exocraft uses about 320 carbon, give or take, in order to fully recharge. So keep that in mind. And another reason to use this one, why the Exomech, the big mech, is not allowed, is because it is naturally protects you from the elements, and we needed that to. He needed that to be a permanent fixture of the game. We didn't want it to make it too easy. So, all right, we got a monolith. Okay. So this one should be a hopefully halfway decent one. We're going to get our first word. We're in a Gek area. That's great. I was hoping it wasn't Vy'keen. Vy'keen requires daggers to get what we need. Let me make sure my inventory is open, because I'll need to get one item from here if I win it. And we're going to get some words just because it'll be easier. Alright, let's go up. Okay. Ah, the winged creature. Small winged creature lands on the very top of the monolith. Suddenly, its eyes glow red and its head revolves in a full circle. It screams for mercy in an ancient voice that wants itself dead. The poor animal has clearly broken its neck, but some power of possession still animates it. And then it tells you some stuff in that language. We're going to actually shoot the creature, because it's a mercy killing. For when creature is no more, the monolith is pleased and rewards my actions. I am released from my vision. Okay. So now we get given a Gek relic. If we go back in, the ancients that inhabit this monolith accept my presence. They will tolerate a request. Locate a portal. We now have found a portal. It'll tell us where, and now we can see how far away it is. It's 11 hours. It is literally on the other side of the planet from where we're located. So finding a ship is going to be necessary at this point. Let's see how far it is from the Pilgrim. And it tells us it's 2 hours away. So 2 hours by Pilgrim is a long journey. I'm going to get out for a moment, and we're going to take a look and see if we can find a building nearby. Nothing shows up yet. Is that buried cache? No. Alright. Let's go ahead and go a little further, because we're just going to find a stopping point, and we're going to end this episode here. Sodium patch and a cave. Cave's a good spot, and this is a good opportunity to show you. See, we can get out of the cave. With this one, you can. There you go. So we're going to stop in the cave. I'm going to stop right here at the edge. We're going to grab some sodium. We only have a very small amount, and we don't have hundreds of it, so this is a great patch to discover. We could get about 200 to 250 of it. Sometimes a trader will land. Okay, good deal. So, we are going to make a stopping point here. Inside the cave. Recovering. Good. And we'll hang right here. Alright guys, I want to thank you very much for watching this first episode of Stranded. And we will see you guys in the next episode. And see, hopefully, maybe we can finish this in 2 episodes, huh? Maybe that'll be a possibility. But we got to find ourselves a crashed ship next, right? Alright guys, take care, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.